for the story.
Yeah.
So I find inspiration for everything I do from the story. And it stops it from being a cool drawing or a cool design, right? Because cool is not, unless that's its function in the story, it's like saying everything must be skinny. Then you would have a very boring story. Everybody must be happy. It's very boring. What is the secret of life? Do you know? The real secret of life. Contrast. Right? That's what makes us pay attention. When we look at the world around us, your brain, if it's not different, your brain just writes over it. And you paint a picture there that isn't actually there. What's different is you're now nodding your head. I haven't seen that before, so I'm looking carefully at it, right? So you look at what's different. You look at where the contrast is. One of your main jobs as an artist or writer or storyteller is to learn the tools of contrast. So you can direct the audience's eye to where you need them to go, where you need them to go next, and all the rest, and sometimes fool them. They need this, but you don't want to tell them that yet. So you lead them over here, you lead them there, and they kind of know something's there, but you're not letting them see it yet, you know? So yeah, learn the tools of contrast, and you should be able to tell the stories you need to tell. I know that wasn't your question, but that's how I stay inspired, is I stay focused on what are we saying, and why is it important? Why should you care? You know, I made it up. You know, I made that character up. So why should you care whether they live or die or anything? It's because they want something with their heart and soul. Even if it's an evil something, you know they want it, and you know what it's like to want something, right? So you're like, oh, I hope they get it, but I hope they don't get it. And then you suddenly realize they can't get it, right? They're stuck in that chair. They'll never walk again. Or they can't get it because just the obstacles are so high, and there's one inside them that sabotages them every time they try to do it, you know? And you just know they're never going to make it, right? And then all of a sudden, they come up with a crazy plan, because that's the kind of person they are. And now they're going to get it anyway, and you know it's not going to work, and yet you have to watch. So really, you design a character, and you get inspired for the character by knowing where they are in that journey. Are they one of the obstacles? In which case, they better be pretty fearsome, and they better, or maybe you don't want us to know it's an obstacle until it's too late. In which case, they got to look pretty normal with something wrong with the face, right? So you build it in according to the need of the story, and then it's like a symphony, and the note is exactly right. But the choices are really wide, and that's the joy of doing it. Yeah. So there, and I guess a lot of my enthusiasm for life is that this is full of stories. It's full of your stories, the stories of the great mystery around us, and all that stuff, right? And you can decode it if you know how to do it. You can look at the way a person's sitting. You can tell the state of their shoes. You can tell from their posture how they're feeling. You can tell what they had for breakfast sometimes. You can tell all kinds of things about them. So, it's hard to switch it off, but you know, while you're there, it's free. It's wonderful. That's how I stay enthusiastic. It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
I don't think about all of this every day. I try to be humble enough to remember it's not really about me and what I want at this exact moment, even this interview. It's about you. It's about you. It's about the people that we're going to show this to and what they might need, right? And trying to be empathic and aware enough and honest enough to not lie to them. Because I could tell you lots of good answers. Have a good portfolio, stick to one thing, make sure it's something that really, you know, impresses people because you're good at it. But that's not the truth. You don't have to stick to one thing. You have to stick to what moves you. If I open a portfolio, if I'm hiring somebody, yes, I want to make sure you can speak the language. So I look to see if you're competent enough in your drawing and your painting and your sense of tone and light. But that's just basics. That's like kindergarten stuff. Then I want to see, okay, so the only thing you have to offer me that I can't buy anywhere else is you. Right? Who you are, how you feel, what you love and what you don't love, what you've experienced. All that is unique. It's as special as me or Frank Frazetta or Brahm or anybody, right? Carlo Ortiz. You have it all right there. But you have to be brave enough to tell me what it is. And you have to speak the language well enough to communicate it clearly enough that I don't get confused, right? That's what you put in your portfolio. And you can do it any way you want. Doesn't matter. So there are truths, but then there's shortcuts to those truths that won't get you there because you'll just follow the shortcut. You won't do the understanding of what it is. You know, so yeah, for all the people that are watching, follow your passion. Know what your passion is. And I'll give you the trick. This is how you do it. It's really easy. It's ridiculously easy. I think I'm going to talk all this in my talk, so anyone who sees this doesn't have to come to my talk. You keep a sketchbook, right? But it's not like the practice sketchbook, and it's not the one where you get better at something. All you do is every day you put one page of something that really, truly moves you emotionally. Hopefully joy, right? Like you'd run naked in the snow just to see it. But maybe it's like scares the crap out of you. Maybe it made you cry. Maybe whatever it is. Put it in the book. And it's the putting in the book that's important. You're not practicing drawing, you're practicing capturing you. So, and your feelings. So you can tear it out of a magazine, you can draw it, you can copy it, you can sing it, you can do anything you want, but make sure every page has a powerfully emotional moment for you. Don't look back, just collect them for 6 months. At the end of the 6 months, look through your book, and it's a snapshot of your soul. All right, it's who you are, and it's what you need to do for the rest of your life is to tell me that stuff. See, it's easy and free.